friends, it's T-Man, and I'm back with another video, brand new video, and you know who it's on, man. I haven't done a video on this guy in quite a while. Remember him complaining about him not building a bodybuilding, like a body that looks like a bodybuilder with all this lifting that he's doing and whatever, and he's like discouraged and he's upset. Well, it looks like he's been watching my videos because just a day ago, he's changed in his lifting approaches. So let's see the difference in his lifting approach now. He's doing eccentric squats instead of doing, they're still sumo, but it's better than nothing. He's doing sumo eccentrics, bro. He's no longer doing those stupid half concentric sumo squats anymore.
So it's been a little while now since I've implemented this new squat stand.
Oh, I forgot to mention his name. Hold on a second. My intro always. So his name is ivandjuric300, right here on the left there. And so this lifting slave says, gym lifting slave says, squat every day, 1908. My knees will explode with this style. Eccentric.
And there's a few things that I continuously feel and I continuously think about. One of them is that nothing hurts. Absolutely nothing hurts when I do this. My body is basically saying, keep going. This is exactly where you want to be. This is where the volume needs to be, all that stuff.
Big improvement compared to what he was doing here. If you notice in his, like this, right, this is how he squats. See that there? He's like these partials. He does these sumo squats. Watch this. Look at his body. His body's like a Blaha body, dude. Get it? And he lifts every day. This is what lifters look like every day. Adapted lifters. There's no more adaptations. And concentric lifting does not develop bodies. So if you want to look like this guy and Blaha, just continue doing what they do, concentric lifting, and you'll get what you're looking for. All right. I'm not here to say anything bad about him. I'm just showing you the differences. Now watch what he does here. It's a sumo squat, okay? Right there. That's a sumo squat. He's going back up. It's a sumo squat. It's not eccentric. So this is a concentric sumo squat. And this actually can ruin your knees because it's not regenerative. What happens here is when you do a lot of concentric exercises, okay, and your eccentrics are adapted. Remember, eccentric is associated with regeneration, but concentric is not. And so you lift consistently because in eccentrics, you cannot lift consistently because it's based on regeneration. But this lifting slave, what he's doing here is he is deteriorating faster than he's aging. So he is deteriorating his joints faster than they're aging. That's what's really happening here. That's why people complain about bad joints, this, that, and everything. Lifting in the gym because they don't know what they're doing. Anyways, let's go back to the video. So look how deep he's going here now. Notice the difference?
This is exactly where you want to be. This is where the volume needs to be, all that stuff. It's just all positivity. When I think about my body when I'm doing this stance, there's two things that come to mind, glutes and quads. Because of the very, very externally rotated hips, I'm feeling a lot of glutes, man. A lot of glutes, especially in that moment where
there is no shame in not being able to squat 3 plates eccentrically. There's no shame. You have to work your way up to it because you're building physical strength, bro. Physical muscle and strength. There is no shame in trying to get bigger and stronger. But if you're trying to get better at concentrically lifting, well, that's a different story. That's based on performance, and then you'll be a slave to a performing lifting slave. Get it? In the gym, bro, with the rest of the slaves. You get it? And you'll never progress. You have to swallow your pride and you have to progress. When you come out of it, you'll be a fucking beast.
I would naturally tip over. Where I would lean, I don't lean because the glutes are in such a prime position to contract. And so there's no lean because the glutes are really contracting. Now I think to myself, well, why couldn't I do that with my feet facing forward? I don't know. Maybe it's something to do with my hips structure. Maybe they are inhibited by whatever's in front of the hips. Not sure, but I'm feeling a lot of glutes. And because of that, I'm very, very upright. The second thing is a lot of quads, man. Like I feel muscular contractions throughout the whole thing. I literally...
See how he lowered the weight? He's doing 2 plates on each side. There's no shame in trying to get bigger and stronger. That's the whole goal in gyms. Gyms are not for performance. They're there to help you build your body bigger and stronger. But if you go there performing, you'll never progress. Never. You just have wasted years. And then you're like, well, but I ate carbohydrates. I looked the part. Yeah, you blew up with carbohydrates. Okay.
Feel like I'm pushing against the weight. Whereas when I'm in my normal, very, very strong stance, I feel like there's 2 battles. And that's the whole and it's the midway. But I don't feel any muscular contractions like this. It just feels like there's a lot of tension through my back. I'm just fighting for my back to survive. This stance feels like a push. It literally feels like a push. I feel like there is a muscular contraction the whole time. It kind of goes.
No, because all the emphasis is on your legs, and your ligaments, tendons, and your legs there, to go up and down. Most of the emphasis was on your butt and your back area when he went down and did a partial sumo. That's the problem. So now when you go down to the bottom, all the emphasis is placed now on the quads, on the thighs, and the ligaments and tendons now. You understand me? That is the difference. And this exercise, because it's eccentric, the more sets and reps he does, the more weak he'll become in that session. You have to get weak to become stronger in eccentrics. You must become weak to become stronger.
Quads. I get to the bottom.
If you become weak in this exercise, then you have accomplished your goal. See what I mean? If you get weak at lifting any more weight in the gym doing eccentrics, that means you have accomplished your goal. Your goal is to get weaker. By the end of the session, you need to be weaker. You shouldn't be able to move these weights anymore.
Glutes, and then quads. It's not like this, this portion of the lift where I need to have acceleration to jump over it. Because if I stop in that little period, in that little range of motion, then I just die. There's nothing there to use. It's a really odd sensation to feel. But in this stance, there's a clear handover of strength between the quads and then the glutes and then the quads again. There is no sticking point, as weird as that sounds. Of course there will be. But I feel like that sticking point has a very large muscle group fighting for it. Whereas in the other way, I feel like...
He's doing pretty good, but I would try to go a little bit lower. Make sure you hit the back of your heels. His stance is kind of weird. Look at his feet. They're just way too far apart. Bodybuilding squats, our legs are a little bit closer in. And yeah, his toes are really way pointed out too, a little bit too much. And this bar is kind of like hanging to the left. It's, the form is a little bit poor.
I just get out positioned. I feel like my hips shoot back and then I'm like in this god awful position. It's like a good morning, but it's not even a good morning, right? Because I'm catching the bar in a good morning, which is awful. Like I have not braced myself for a good morning. Whereas when I get the bar out for a good morning, I am in a good morning the entire time. I'm not transitioning between a squat and a good morning, and because that would be very, very weird and off-putting. So it's all feeling bloody good, you know.
Like I said, at least he's trying. This is better than what he was doing before, you know.
My knees feel good. A lot of people are saying your knees are going to blow out.
maybe, your knees are not going to blow it. They'll regenerate. Eventually, his legs may grow. I don't know. Maybe they'll grow. Finally, they'll grow.
They feel good because it might not seem this way, but like my weight is on the outside of my foot. I'm not rolling my feet forward. I literally feel like they're outside. And so this concept of my medial ligaments of my knees are going to blow out because of this. Well, I don't feel any tension in my knees.
Okay, this is poor. So this is a concentric. He's doing his calves concentrically. There's no eccentric whatsoever. See, that's the problem with a lot of these lifters. It's all concentric. There's no eccentric. There's no eccentric. This is, if you want to build your calves, you need a lot of eccentric instead of the concentric. You need more eccentric than concentric. But he's doing more concentric than eccentric. I mean, it's initiating, it's following by going down, but look how far it's going down. It's only going down halfway. It hasn't gone down all the way because he's flat on the floor.
I just feel my hips engaged throughout the whole thing.
So he's basically ass cheek squeezing his calves. He's just squeezing them. You know that? Probably eating some carbohydrates and putting some carbs in there.
I feel my glutes absolutely go mental in that, just before that sticking point, preventing that lean. And I feel my quads, man. I literally feel my quads. Just walking around the house and around work for the last 7 days has been, I squat, man. Like I literally feel like I squat. As funny as that sounds, right? Because
you never squatted before. You were just playing with the weight. You were performing. Now you're actually taking it seriously.
So long, I would squat a lot of weight, and I would just feel like this back tension. And this back tension would serve me well when it comes to the deadlift because I'm practicing squatting so I can be better at deadlifts. As weird as that sounds.
That does sound kind of weird, but yeah, I guess it would help because your legs will get a lot stronger because they'll get built.
That's got me to 285 on the deadlift. I'm very happy with that, but it's very nice to know that what you're doing right now is contributing to a direction where you want to go. Not to say that I don't want to deadlift, but when I squat, I want to be able to squat more weight. Sure, I'll have sessions where I just focus on the deadlift. I can just do the bloody good morning for that. I can do different things. I don't want to be squatting for deadlifting and deadlifting for squatting, if you know what I mean. It's just you wanna organize your training in such a way where you have a clear stimulus and a hopeful result. And so this is feeling.
I guess these must be all the watching slaves. He's thanking all these watching slaves that have donated to his channel.
Yeah, unbelievable. Hopefully over time, as my adductors and hips get acclimatized to it, I can bring my feet in a little bit more. But this excellently rotated foot is now making my hips also follow suit, which is awesome, and I think is the reason why I've been feeling really, really well. External rotation, no groin pain, no hip pain. Ivan's really happy. Appreciate you guys. I'll catch you in the next.
Yvonne's very happy, finally. I'll see you in the next one, friends. So much think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. This guy, I don't know, it's ridiculous.